I've played many games and used many weapons. This one takes the cake. It may seem unassuming, but this 6 inches of steel is just the hit I've been looking for. But before we go on how sick this little dagger is, let's talk about how this thing works. Fucking pardon me. The dagger is a melee weapon that has 2 modes of attack. A left click that does 50 damage per hit, that is a looping left-right combo. And a charge up right click that does 50 damage on hit. You might be thinking right now, hey, what's the point of that if it does the same damage? Well, you'd be happy to know that's only half the story. And the other half, well, that's a lot of damage. The name of the game here is Backstabs, because if you get a backstab, it's Jova for them. It's a one-shot, well, not on heavy, but you can follow up with a quick melee, so it might as well be. Now, whilst going for backstabs is fun and all, just running up to peeps and doing a raw backstab 99% of the time isn't gonna work. But luckily, we're in the finals, where full damage isn't real, and we are magic people who can move around however we want. So, what's our kit? Well, when picking out a loadout for dagger here, there are 3 things that should be considered. First, does it help us close the distance? The main thing with dagger is getting close and going for backstabs. So anything to help close the distance is worth bringing along, such as the evasive dash and the gateway. With the dash enabling a bunch of movement tech with the dagger, is basically a must pick. Put a pin in that because we'll come back to that in a bit. And gateway, which can help reposition you and your team and reach places you wouldn't be able to normally. Second, does it hide us from our opponents? If we can't dash up to our opponents, then we make sure they can't see us. The vanishing bomb is what we use for this. I know the cloaking device is a thing, but you don't want to use that thing with the dagger. And the smoke grenade, no. No, don't. No. Third, does it cover for the dagger's weaknesses? So the dagger is a melee weapon. So as you can guess, it has like 0 range. Like, I can't hit shit with this. So to help cover this, I'm running the frag grenades. This helps out when I can't really get behind the other team or I want to apply pressure from a distance. You can also run some of the other grenades, but they leave a damaged area on the ground. And considering we want to be close to our targets, in the long run, I choose to avoid them. Now I'm sure there's a decent amount of people watching this video that have played the finals and are wondering, where's the stun gun? So at the moment I've been trying out the stun gun on my dagger build. And to be honest, I don't think it's a good fit. Don't get me wrong, the thing's impressive and honestly, not very fun. I'm using gateway and vanishing bomb for sure. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm picking the frag grenades from now on. Stun gun's like way too slow anyway, like you blink a target, you have to go for the backstab afterwards. It's like they know you're there. It ruins the whole point. Best to kill them before they see you. In the right hands, the dagger can be oppressive and rip a lobby in half. I've had people message me in games saying how they've never known the dagger can be that good. But there's a reason most players think the dagger is a throwaway weapon. It ain't something you can just aim and shoot. After all, it's a dagger. This weapon requires a different mindset to play. I'll talk you through it. So let's say the game's just started and you're going for the cash box, but you see the enemy team closing in. The thing you want to do is remain out of sight or reposition so you can get behind them. Also, waiting for them to get into a fight with someone else is also a good play, as their attention won't be on you. When they're not looking, go for the strike. If it's a heavy, make sure to chuck in a quick melee afterwards to make sure he dies. But I think most players understand that they need to close distance and sneak about. The part that trips people up is going for the execute. And now, I want to unpin something that I mentioned earlier. The evasive dash. In my opinion, this move is what makes the dagger viable. Without this, the dagger is just a mean weapon that can't sneak up on people because of how low cloak is. Cloak's too loud. You can't sneak with cloak. I don't care what you say. It's too loud. You have that. If you have that. If people have their volume on, they'll hear you coming. It doesn't. We run vanishing already. You've probably seen it in the background by now, but let's run over how we use the evasive dash to its best effect and also touch upon how important it is to the dagger. Right, let's start with the dash backstab. This is how you're getting about 50% of your kills. First, hold right click for the dagger to charge up. Use the evasive dash to have gone slightly past the target and can see their back. Click your mouse about 180 to 90 degrees to the side your target is on. Let go of the right click, win. Probably. It seems easy when you're just in training mode and get the hang of the spacing. But doing this in game where there's 2 teams of 3 trying to get your ass, maneuvering terrain that's a little messy, and just playing the objective, it gets tricky. There's also a second part to this dash that matters. As great as it is to go in and get the kill, you also gotta, like, get out. Because once you're seen, it's hard to go for a kill without getting vaporized. So whilst the dagger can swing as many times as you like, as it has no ammo, because it's a dagger, it's not a... It doesn't... It's no... Dagger. Your evasive dash is your lifeline. And also your ability to take the lives of others. So you better never take your eyes off that icon. No, like for real. Dash in, get a kill, hide, then wait for it to recharge, then go back in. This works really well and helps you not to overextend, which is a mistake that dagger players make all too easily. The dagger is the kind of risk reward I crave. You jump in, you wipe the floor of the enemy team, or you go for a backstab, forget that you don't have any dashes, and just get mowed down and look like a dumbass, then flare around like a man-child. I can ramble on about the dagger a bunch, but I have a better idea. I think I'll just show you the life of a dagger maid. Okay? Montage.